want to get you set up with car depreciation. So hopefully you got some idea that cars go down in value as they get older. All right. Well, what we're going to do is look at some charts of how much cars are worth based on how old they are. So I've got some links here that goes to Car Gurus. It's a pretty reliable site for that kind of information. And what you're going to do is look at how much these cars are worth by year. All right. One thing to note, the Ford Focus got discontinued in 2018, and the EcoSport is the most similar model Ford offers now that's like that. So you'll have to look at the EcoSport when you get to 2019 through 2021. So first up, let's look at the Camry. So I click on that, go to the link. Let's go pull up a chart. It tells me how much a current Camry is worth. And what I really want to know is what they've been worth or what they're worth based on how old they are now. Some of these are from like 2021 down, and some start at the bottom and go up. I don't know why, but that's how it works. So a brand new Camry right now is averaging about $27,000. Now, if you can find a 2020, they're a good bit cheaper. They're about $20,000. After that, they hold their value pretty good. Now, if you know anything about Toyotas and Hondas, they're known for holding their value, and that's what you're going to see. So even when you get back in the 90s, they're still, compared to some of the other cars you'll look at, they're still worth a decent amount. Definitely not much compared to a brand new one, but it's still worth a decent amount. So what you're going to want to do is fill in the chart on Sheets. I've already got the years plugged in. You want to fill in the age. Now, you can do some shortcuts. You can go the long way. It's up to you. 2021's now, so it's not old. It's new. 1 for 2020, 2 for 2019, and so on. So you want to get those ages put in there. You want to get the values put in. All right, 2021 is 27,002. Remember, you don't want to put any words or symbols in here because that's going to throw the spreadsheet off if you start doing math. The words that are up here, this is the age. So you know that this is 0 years old, 1 year old. Value, if you really want to put some dollars in here, make sure you click the $sign. If you type a $sign, that's telling the spreadsheet to lock that cell down. That's not what you want to do. All right, next one, a 2020 model is worth $20,681. Again, if I want money, I can click on the money symbol. And you can do it that way, or if you want to take a shortcut and copy and paste, you can certainly do that. I'll let you mess around and get that done. So as always, there's lots of shortcuts you can take, or you can just kind of take your time and do it the long way. That's up to you. Once you get everything in the spreadsheet, down at the bottom, you got the example tab. It shows you exactly what it should look like. So here's the Nissan Sentra filled in. Okay. Now, it does tell you in the doc how to create a graph. If you've forgotten, hiking log is a good one to go back and look at. You need to see the video of how to do it. But we get a scatter plot, and we want to fit an equation in here. Okay, now a line's not going to be the best thing to do. So you definitely want to do one of these exponential equations. Okay. And it's going to tell you all this stuff over here. Enter the age, copy the chart, sort your values, data sort. That was another thing we did earlier in the year. If you have trouble doing that, you can always do it the long way and go through and manually sort these by year. Just take your time. So anything that gives you trouble, if you don't remember how to do it, you can always do things the long way. That's the thing to remember. All right, make your chart, get your prediction equation, and know what E is. Okay, so E is a special number. I can find E by doing second and ln and just put it to the first power. E is always to a power. It's about 2.72. So E is about 2.72. It's a special number. That little caret right there means it's always raised to a power. So if I want to figure out what this thing's worth after, I don't know, 8 years, then here's my equation. So to do math, I'd type in equals 16,985. Now there's no time symbol in here, but that is number next to a letter means times. We can do 2.72 for E. Caret tells it to a power, and that's negative. Just type it in like it is. Negative 0.0978. Always just do it the way it shows you. Now, times x, the x-axis is the age. So if I want to know what it's worth at 8 years, then I put in 8 for x. Make sure you do put a star here. In math class, you can get by with parentheses. That's a common thing we do. To a spreadsheet, that means something different. So that's the way you'd want to put it in here. And there's the... Now, I just got a value that makes no sense. This car was about 15,000 originally. And looking at the graph, it's maybe 7,500, 8,000, and I'm getting 123,000, okay? Now, notice on some of y'all's work, you get stuff like this and you just go with it. Like, you can't just go with it. This is not right. So let's see if we can figure out what's going on. It's, there's the first number times E. Now, this exponent, this should all be kind of one thing. And I think what's happening is it's getting an answer and then multiplying it by 8. So it's going to be important when you do the exponent part, everything after that caret, that you put it in parentheses. And I think that's going to fix our problem. There we go. That's a lot more reasonable. That's about what I expected to see, somewhere close to 8,000, somewhere between 7,500 to 8,000. So after 8 years, this thing will be worth 7,763. Okay. And that's basically everything you're going to do. It's going to take a little more time than that because you're going to do it for 4 different cars. But just go through and answer the questions, and these are the steps you'll need. So just go through and check these back out if you get stuck.